preparing to preach is a lifetime. I think it's John MacArthur, my friend, who said when someone asked him, how long did that sermon take to preach, he'll say, if he's 73 now, 73 years. And there is one sense in which that is true, in that all of the fabric of your life is woven into what you bring to the moment of preparation for a particular event. But my process in terms of the actual hard graft of it is to sit down with my Bible as early in the week as I can, and I have a little routine that I essentially go through, and that is that I'm working systematically and consecutively through passages of Scripture. So right now I'm in the 13th chapter of Mark, which is a really hard chapter. So I start off, I pray, help me. I pray all the way through, help me, help me, help me. And then I think myself empty. So anything at all that I think, I write down on paper. Just scribbles. It's just like having a data dump of whatever's in my mind. And some of it may be completely extraneous. Some of it may find the light of stay through the process or not. But I don't care about it. Notes, quotes, anecdotes, things that are in mind, poems, things, anything at all. I write it all down. And sometimes as I work through that process, I might begin to get a flavour of where I'm going. I might begin, sometimes passages open up for you in that early stage so that you get some kind of structure in your mind, which may stay. If it does, it's a happy day. But from there then I go to, having thought myself empty, which may not take very long, sometimes more than others, then I read myself full. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to read. Now that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to read commentaries in relationship to the text, but I might read something that I've stored away from before, where, for example, in Mark chapter 13, where you've got all these questions about the end of the age, then I may read what others have said in articles, because I have a pretty strong filing system that I've developed over the years, where I'm storing things all the time, not necessarily for immediate use, but for the future, so that when I reach for them, they're actually there. And they're there because I put them there. They're not there because I went looking for them on Tuesday because I needed them on Sunday. Not that there's anything wrong in that, but that's the way I've done it. So I read myself full, and then I write myself clear. And the writing process for me is the key to clarity. It's the key to being able to speak effectively, with fluidity, with fluency. And because when you read what you've written down, you can then determine whether the syntax is there. You can determine whether you're actually moving between tenses in the space of a short paragraph. You may have begun in the plural and gone into the singular and gone back to the plural, and it's a dog's breakfast, but you can only see that when you read it. And if you don't write it to read it, and you assume that you're going to be able to process the information between your mind and your mouth, unless you're very, very good, you won't be 100% successful at that. Spurgeon said, write your sermons out for the first 5 years. I started to do that, and then I thought, well, why would I ever stop? Because I'm not really getting any better at this, and the task isn't any easier. So I can operate from the back of an envelope with a 3-point outline because I've done these things so many times, but it's not my MO. And the reason that I do what I do now is out of a sense of discipline. So, it's very possible for you to say, well, I've got this down, and so I've got 3 points, reason, responsibility, and something else, and then you just go off. And I listen to guys doing that, and many times I think they're doing their preparation while I'm listening. That they're now trying to do the work that they should have been doing somewhere else, so that they could come and speak cogently. I'm speaking now without any preparation. And so I'm guilty of the very thing about which I'm speaking, and that is that I'm redirecting myself as I go along. And the key for me is in that. So think yourself empty, read yourself full, write yourself clear, pray yourself hot, and then be yourself and forget yourself. And that last part of it is crucial as well. That sense of self-forgetfulness, and I don't mean as a posture, I mean as a reality. That the genuine belief that the mouthpiece is significant, because God has determined through the lips of mere men you know, these things will happen. But if he can speak from Balaam's donkey, then he's certainly not, you know, in need of Begg. So the fact that he gives me the privilege and the opportunity is a humbling thing. And so when I come to events like this, it all depends, because sometimes they give me responsibilities and they tell me you have to do this, this, and this. Then I have to go at it. If not, then my life is so busy that I will often reach back for something that I have used in another place that I think if I were to try it again, if you like, I could do a better job than I did before. And so that's the way I